Music Studio. Snow Music Studio.
The EU-ASEAN Summit and Vietnam's role as a bridge. On December 13th and 14th, the first EU-ASEAN Summit will be held in Brussels, Belgium. In the last 10 years, total EU-ASEAN trade has reached 140 billion euros. The summit provides an opportunity for the state leaders to discuss trade expansion and infrastructure support as the EU seeks to strengthen ties with Asia. Vietnam is cited as an example of a country making efforts to promote cooperation between the two blocs, alongside France, Germany, Belgium, and Vietnam. After 45 years of dialogue partnership between 1977 and 2022, EU and Asian cooperation is consistently developing comprehensively, with both parties committed to strengthening the promotion of free trade and positively contributing to the peace, stability, and prosperity of the two regions. Total EU-ASEAN trade turnover has reached 140 billion euros over the last 10 years between 2011 and 2021. Asian EU will hold its first summit of state leaders in Brussels, Belgium in December 2022 to discuss expanding trade and infrastructure assistance as the EU seeks to strengthen ties with Asia. This summit is critical for promoting bilateral relationships between the parties in particular and Asian-EU relations in general in many fields for world peace. Vietnam has always prioritized comprehensively cooperation with the EU in its foreign policy and international integration. Bilateral relationships between Vietnam and the EU's 27 members, in particular, help strengthen both Vietnam and the EU. Many European firms assess and choose Vietnam as active investment destination. As of August 2022, the EU has 2,384 investment projects in Vietnam with a total registration investment capital of 27.6 billion USD. The EU is currently Vietnam's most important trade partner. Vietnam's relationship with the Republic of Austria is particularly noteworthy. In the 50 years since the two countries have established diplomatic relationships, this friendship and cooperation has grown increasingly positive between 1972 and 2022. Economic cooperation between the pillars bring both countries tangible benefits. Economic cooperation becomes a pillar bringing both countries tangible benefits. Vietnam, in particular, has always been Austria's largest trading partner in Southeast Asia. Austria is one of Vietnam's top 10 EU export markets. Austria has consistently been one of Vietnam's top EU trading partners. Bilateral trade between the two countries reaches 2.3 billion USD in the first 10 months of 2022. Vietnam is increasingly demonstrated its value as a bridge, a core member of Asia, actively and responsibly contributing to the realization of EU-ASEAN strategic partnership. The EU and ASEAN officially raised the level of strategic partnership in December 2020, working towards regional and global peace, stability, security, and prosperity. Vietnam consistently sends a strong message as a trustworthy international partner, ready to collaborate with the international community to address pressing global challenges. The presence of Vietnam's Prime Minister, Mr. Pham Minh Chinh, at this summit demonstrates this. Simultaneously, he will travel and work in Luxembourg, Belgium, and the Netherlands to promote deeper cooperation with the EU member states. Vietnam has progressed from a country with an underdeveloped economy based primarily on agriculture to a more diverse economy with an increasingly large balanced proportion of industry, trade, and services in overall national economy. The startup and innovation ecosystem was formed initially, developed in response to the trend of digital transformation, digital economy development, digital society, and green economy. Vietnam's dynamic economy, with the fastest growing rate in the Asian Pacific region with great openness, has participated in 11 free trade agreements, particularly members of Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership. Agreement and Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership will soon be attractive investment destination for EU business since European Union Vietnam Trade Agreement came into effect. Vietnam has always pursued an independent foreign policy of self-reliance, peace, diversification, materialization, productivity, and active in international integration that is comprehensive, intensive, and effective, demonstrating itself as a reliable partner and a responsible active member of international community. Vietnam is an active member of Asia, APEC, and has been elected to key UN bodies. This contributes to boost Vietnam's prestige and position in regional and globally. With that foundation in place, Vietnam will be one of the key countries, a bridge between Asia and EU, contributing to the creation of a strong incentive to strengthen the capacity of trade cooperation between the two blocs and more effectively. This has been Devin Howard, representative of World Alliance Journal from the U.S., along with Dr. Yen Platz, representative of World Alliance Journal at the United Nations in Vienna.